What's up, people? Welcome back to Invest with T-Claus. My name is Tevi, and this channel is dedicated to my investment journey, along with coverage on crypto, Tesla, Neo, Virgin Galactic, and ChargePoint. Come for the information and stay for the perspective. We made it to the end of July, and this week was a big one for markets. The much anticipated GDP number was released, and it was another decline of 0.9%, making this the second consecutive quarter of negative growth. So doesn't that mean that we're now in a recession? Well, we'll come back to that later. We heard from Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, and Google. With the exception of Meta, everyone else delivered at or above expectations and provided solid guidance. Jay Powell delivered the expected 75% basis point increase for the Fed funds rate and basically said they would be open to slowing down the pace of increases based on the data over the next couple of months. A good way to sum it up is things weren't as bad as the market feared, and as a result, we pushed higher. All the major indices gained for the month and the week. To put things into perspective, you'd have to go back to November of 2020 to see the S&P 500 post a greater than 9.1% single month increase as it just did this month. The Nasdaq gained about 12.3% in July, which is also its biggest monthly gain since April of 2020. By comparison, Virgin Galactic gained about 24% during the month of July alone. Solid outperformance here. That, of course, is thanks to some of the good news they've already shared with the new factory they're building and contract manufacturing partnership. If you missed that video, you can catch it here. Now, with only 5 days left to go before earnings, they made another strategic move, and that's what I want to talk about today. So we'll go over that. It's also probably a good time to review where analyst consensus price is on the stock at the moment, and I'll close with my thoughts on recession versus not, and what does that mean as we get into the month of August. As always, this isn't to be taken as financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is my personal approach to investing and the thought process behind it. I recommend watching all the way through so that you don't miss out on any pertinent information I'll be sharing. Drop this video a like if you haven't already and hit that subscribe button. Those are two easy ways to show your support to the channel and help it grow if you appreciate the content. All right, let's get into it. All right, so jumping right into it, Virgin Galactic announced a new partnership with Virtuoso. Who's Virtuoso? Well, they are the leading global travel agency network specializing in luxury and experiential travel. Sounds pretty fancy, right? Well, that's because it is. The group includes over 1,200 travel agency locations with more than 20,000 travel advisors in over 50 countries throughout North America, Latin America, the Caribbean, Europe, Asia Pacific, Africa, and the Middle East. They provide exclusive access for their clients to more than 2,200 of the world's best hotel and resorts, cruise lines, airlines, tour companies, and premier destinations. Basically, if you've got loads of cash and want a bespoke experience with privileged access, of course, right? Because why wouldn't you? Well, they're the ones you call. And so taking a look at the press release, it reads, the agreement would present new referral and marketing opportunities to Virtuoso's network of more than 20,000 luxury travel advisors and their upscale clientele. The Virtuoso CEO, who is also a Virgin Galactic ticket holder, offered his commentary, and I quote, Virtuoso is excited to welcome Virgin Galactic back into our partner portfolio and offer our clients a travel experience like no other. He goes on to say, I can speak firsthand to the curated, high-touch, and one-of-a-kind journey Virgin Galactic offers, as well as the community it cultivates. Travel transforms us and pushes us out of our comfort zone. For our advisors who have clients seeking pioneering, transformational travel, a Virgin Galactic spaceflight is the ultimate experience, end of quote. That's some pretty high praise. I mean, obviously he has vested interest, but nonetheless, pretty high praise. And if you remember, during the last earnings call, so about 3 months ago, Virgin Galactic shared that they had sold about 800 of the available first 1,000 seats. Now, neither this press release or any of the articles I read through as I was researching for this video disclosed the number of available seats given to Virtuoso to sell. Everything only points to the fact that they will have exclusive access to a limited number of reservations within the first 1,000, and that they will sell at the standard price of $450K. Now, some of my thoughts here, I suspect that Virgin Galactic has sold a few more tickets these past 3 months, but maybe not as many as they would have liked. And rather than continue to try and struggle through this or waste valuable resources trying, they're tapping Virtuoso, who already has access to a large population of high net worth individuals, to wrap up ticket sales. Interesting fun fact I came across as I was researching for this video, it's estimated that a bit more than 2.4 million people in the world can actually afford tickets at this price tag. So I do think that this partnership was another great strategic move by Virgin Galactic as we get closer to the start of commercial flight. Definitely looking looking forward to the earnings next week, as I suspect Virgin Galactic will have a few more details to share with us, which could potentially serve as positive catalysts. Now, even though I'm bullish and we've gotten a fair amount of good news here in July, it doesn't appear that analysts are impressed in the least. As it stands, this is the most bearish Virgin Galactic consensus stock price has been since they went public. The overall rating is a moderate sell, and the breakdown is 1 buy, 2 hold, and 3 sell ratings. The average price target is $6.92, with a high forecast of $12 and a low forecast of $4. At the current market price of $7.44, we're above the average price target, which technically suggests that the collective view is for more downside near term. And so ultimately, here's how I think about it. If you remember, a couple of weeks back, I called out the 50-day moving average as the gauge I most closely pay attention to in deciding where a good entry point would be, or simply what price would represent a good deal to accumulate more. The 50-day moving average is up from $6.57 2 weeks ago to now $6.74. So for me, it's still too soon to add more shares, as I would like to be a bit closer to the 50-day moving average at $7 or less. The last thing to cover then is this question of whether or not we are in a recession. If you were to pull up Google right now and search for the definition of a recession, here's what you'd get. It's defined as a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in 2 successive quarters, end of quote. So by that definition, yes, we are, right? However, it's not that simple. There are actually a bunch of factors that need to be considered, and therefore we have a group of 8 prominent economists who serve under the NBER, or National Bureau of Economic Research. They actually ultimately decide whether we are in a recession or not. By their definition, a recession is defined as a period of time that, and I quote, involve a significant decline in economic activity that is spread across the economy and lasts more than a few months, end of quote. Definitely more vague, right? And they have yet to pronounce us to be in a recession. So at this point, this means that from an official standpoint, we are not in a recession. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter which side of the coin you fall on, recession or not. It's all semantics, and here's why. I like to keep things simple. We are now more than halfway through earnings season. Of the 279 companies that make up the SP 500 who have reported, well, 77.8% have exceeded expectations. Consumer spending, which is the largest part of the US economy, is rising. Again, that makes sense, right? Given the earning results that we're seeing and the fact that unemployment is the lowest it has been in 22 years. At this point, people are starting to realize that things aren't bad as feared, and the economy can stand on its own 2 feet and can probably absorb the tightening by the Fed, which I've been saying all along. The bottom line is this. Companies that perform and deliver on their forward guidance will be rewarded. So think Tesla up 30% in July alone. And those that don't, well, it's simple. Their stock price will get crushed near term. Think Meta down 12.5% since they reported earnings. Now, there's no doubt that there's some near-term uncertainty that needs to be navigated, but I like to focus on what the business is doing and the direction they're heading over the next year and beyond. And by that standard, Virgin Galactic's stock price weakness today is an opportunity. But on that note, that's where I'll leave it for today. Don't forget to drop this video a like if it provided you some new insight and help you gain a new perspective. Share with others who you think could also benefit from it. For my newcomers, subscribe and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you too can stay in the know. I'll be back on Sunday for my weekly video. Till then, you can keep up with me here on Twitter. Thank you for watching. Stay humble, hustle hard, and I'll see you in the next one.